construction aspect of it for either one of them. It's just you have to come out and pull in all the data you can get on their surveys, and then they can go ahead and design where the sewers and the water and everything else is going to go off of that survey.
The implication is we're saving a little money by doing the two at the same time. Is that why one is 17.2 and the other one's 21.9?
Yes.
Well, or whomever.
Dave Austin with Williams and Works. The prices are different because Monroe is a little longer. We're starting all the way at Front Street with sanitary sewer and going up to Fremont. We also have water main in that stretch, so it's longer and it's a little more complicated. Washington has sanitary sewer, doesn't start until Avery. There's not as much water main, so it's basically a little less. But in the survey, we're picking up the information up top, but also all of the inverts, water main, sanitary sewer, and storm sewers, all the curbs, driveways, all the ramps. So quite a bit of data to pick up. And back to your question, unless something major changes physically on the top, we won't have to redo that within the next year.
Were you going to be looking at some of the connecting streets? Because you mentioned something that we might pick up some connecting streets in between that, so this would include some of those
Right,
connecting streets
that
as well?
includes, for instance, King Street in both directions to Lafayette and over some of the other cross streets on top, on the bottom would be Kent Street across. So,
Okay.
So are we saving any money by having them all done, or is it just?
there is savings in doing Monroe and Washington together, just because they do touch each other, and we'd have to mobilize twice. It's not huge, but it'll be cheaper to do them now. Plus, like everything, prices will go up in another year. So if you can do them now, I've also said that we're happy to delay billing if there's a cash flow concern or something. We can hold that till it's appropriate for you, until you see if you get your grant or whatever.
We have about $130,000 right now budgeted this year for engineering, just for this project.
Okay, so let's cover that.
Go
That's
ahead.
what my next question. Thank you, Mike.
All right,
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
anybody want to make a motion to approve survey work not to exceed $39,100 for Monroe and Lowell?
I'll make that motion.
I'll support it.
Jim and Marty, any other questions for Dan or Dave? Sue?
Councilmember Chambers,
Yes.
Mayor DeVore,
Yes.
Councilmember Salzweedl,
Yes.
and Councilmember Yankovic.
Yes.
All right. Board and
very
commission.
much.
Thanks, Dan, I appreciate it. Board and commission reports, Cliff. Jim?
And none?
Marty?
Nope.
Okay, city managers report, Mike.
Well, tomorrow is election day. We'll be glad when this is all done, one way or another. Some interesting notes. We've definitely had over 50% of our we have roughly over 2,000 elected or registered voters in the city, and we've given out over 1,000 absentee ballots, and people just keep coming in throughout the day, and they're doing their voting. So we're going to definitely have a big turnout for tomorrow. As you saw before the council meeting, we had everything set up for this tomorrow, basically because of Susie's situation. It was easier to set up today. I know they'll be glad when this is done later this week. Our community development block grant project for Amity, we had a little bit of a hiccup for the project. So before I arrived, from years 2015 to 2017, the city received it, because you can receive an allocation through CDBG through the state of Michigan, or you can receive it through your county. In 2015 through 2017, the state of Michigan was where the city would apply for grants if they so chose. And they had an allotment for 2017 to 2020, or 2018 to 2020, and that's what we applied for Amity Street. And what happened was, when I first applied to Amity, my concern was, did we have to actually formally opt back into the county? Because we were in the state before, and they said, well, at the time, they told me, well, if you don't opt out, this time, you're in. So we applied, and we got $250,000 to be allocated during 2018, 2020. What the plan was going, we were gonna start the project right when school got out next summer for Amity. Come to find out, we got a letter from, or the county got a letter from Department of Housing and Urban Development that because the city didn't formally opt in, they couldn't allocate the money for 2018 to 2020. So what the county basically did was they moved our money to the 2021-2023 allocation period, meaning we could start the work July 1st of 2021. We can't start construction until that time. But the only thing we have to do is I just have to send a letter that says we opt in. And I would assume that if anyone had reservation, I just send the letter in and to HUD, and we would be all set. I talked to the county today about it, and I literally found out about it this afternoon. And we have till November 30th, and it doesn't necessarily require a formal council action for us to do it. We just have to send the letter in. So as long as anyone doesn't have any reservations with that, I would just send the letter. So then we'll be back on track for next summer for Amity.
Mike, does that keep it on pace then, to do it next summer?
Yeah, and we talked about that. It might take, basically, our plan was to start the project in June. We just have to start in July. We can't start construction until July.
Okay.
Which will put us probably into September, October completion. Idea was to complete before school starts, but that probably won't happen.
But, yeah, we've gotten, between that and Foreman, we've gotten $380,000 for road work.
But we'll have it done before
So-
they quit making.
Correct.
asphalt.
Yeah, it'll be done before winter. Also, I want to thank Root Lowell. Last week, or about a week and a half ago, Root Lowell donated to us an electric atomizer. That is basically the type of sanitation equipment that we use currently for the weekly sanitation of this facility. We're going to assign it to a building every day of the week, and we're going to assign certain staff to do their building. So we're just waiting for the cleaner to come in. We had to order there's a special chemical involved that we had to order, and we're just waiting for that to come in, and then we can get going on that. And then also, obviously, with COVID-19 picking up, we've had to modify some employee policies just to address with the pandemic. And that is all I have.
Okay. Council comments, Cliff. Jim.
I'm good, thank you.
Marty.
I'm good.
Jim.
Make a motion adjourn at 7:57.
Or?
Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.